Well. Welcome back to this channel, and I'm so glad to let you know that what we forecasted last week, we actually got two trades out of this. Three trade actually. So because we traded this one also, even though it was a loss, so we traded this one in. These are the trades that I took right from here. So last 2 weeks was this four trades and only three was L. And then this week too, I took four trades and I got 50% win out of this trade. So you can see these trades gave me last week gave me four trades, which I won two of them and I lost two of them. So this particular video is going to go through the recap, the forecast, and what led to me taking those trades. So let's start with this one, the XY. The XY, this was I was bullish on the weekly, my daily was bullish, my 4 hours was bullish as well. So my overall bias was to buy. And then this was it. And this is what I'm looking for it to behave. And that was my weekly. So daily, this was Sunday. So Sunday on the 15th, as you can see from here, this date on the 15th, I was expecting price to change character here so that I'll get in on the retest to buy it up. And on Monday, price actually gave us this retest on the neckline and is pushing up. On Tuesday, it broke out from where I was expecting it to be. On this actually Thursday, it broke out with a very strong engulfing. So I'm actually looking for it to come back for the retest that we forecasted since on Monday. Now let's look at what we have here now. So you can see from here, now price is coming for the retest. It broke it, the strong, and this was Friday. This candle was Friday. Friday broke above it, close above it, and that was Thursday actually. On Friday, this is what price is doing now. Price actually came and gave us the retest, but it's not very clear. It didn't tap in the neckline like I wanted it to be, but you can see from there, right? It's over there. It tapped in right on the neckline. But that was not, this one is just to guide us to be able to take other pairs that are in with the USD. Now, so that is it for the USJPU, the XY. So that is it for the XY. Now let's take a look at the other pairs that is much interesting. To start with, USDJPY. So let's look at the USDJPY. I actually took this trade, and I'm going to let you know why I took this trade. So as you can see, I was bullish overall, bullish on the weekly, bullish on the daily, bullish on the 4 hours. I was bullish, so my overall bias was I was looking for what a buy. So this was it, and this is my daily since Sunday. I was looking for price tap in this neckline, this resistance. So I was looking for price to pull back, tap in this in the lower time frame, and then push up. And then on Monday, this is actually on the 16th. So on the 16th Monday, price broke out from that area. As you can see, entry wasn't triggered. Price actually came down, but it didn't tap in where I set my alarm at because my alarm was set at 50% of this particular candle. As you can see here, it was set in the middle. Looking for price to drop 50% of that bullish candle, then I'll look for a buy confirmation to the 157 level. Overall, I'm looking for a price to retrace to gather more momentum to be able to break and close above that level. As you can see, as I predicted, I was looking for price to come back, gather more momentum, and be able to push this resistance and break and close above it. But price indeed came down, as you can see from here, price indeed came down. Price indeed came down, but it didn't get to where I was looking for. As you can see, my entry was here. Price came, didn't tap in, and indeed it pushed and closed above. As I was doing this entry. I had 7 hours more for price to what close for that candle to close. This was where I was looking for a retest. Price came just close to that area but never tapped in. Hence, I didn't take this trade. Now that price has closed above the pink line properly with a body. A retest can happen if it does, that will be lovely for a buy. On the other hand, using the fib level, price is at an entry level. Hence, it could be the time for price to retrace. So with a fib level, you can see that price was at what 78.6, and normally that is where I will want to see price retrace. So when price gets here, I can scalp. I would have looked for entry to scalp a sell to this for a retest, and that was the perception, or that was the general idea. Now let's look at Tuesday. I actually got a trade on Tuesday. So as you can see, price indeed came back right from where I was looking for it. It came back and came for the retest, but then it didn't tap in where I was looking for it. It actually dropped. And I was in a trade there, which I lost. And then I got in the second position, and that was what I'm going to show you. So price came all the way back to the test to test the support and heading up now. And before that, this is Tuesday, right? Now let's go and let me show you the price that I the trade that I took on Tuesday. As you can see, that was a loss here. So as I was waiting for price to come, price tapped into the fair value gap that I was waiting to take the trade from. Gave me an engulfing candle another 15 minutes in the zone. My entry right after the closure of that candle. So this was the reason why I took this trade. Took the trade on. It was a buy. There was a fair value gap that price came in, and it was a continuation of break and retest. And that was on the 17th of December. That was Tuesday actually. My RR was 3, even though I saw it a huge move, but I was only looking for 3 risk to reward, and this was my forecast. And it was Asia session that I took this trade and I lost it. So basically, that was it. So bullish, my confirmation trend confluence. There was a change of character in the lower time frame to bullish area of interest because it was in the fair value gap, and that OB there had an imbalance. Also, there was a fair value gap we coupled with an OB order block. Market shift to align with my bias, and it was perfect. So the thought process by textbook, this trade is a win. Price broke 1 hour resistance and left a valid OB, came to retest that area and gave 15 minutes engulfing, hence momentum in the market, looking for price to get to my target. And price, this was my entry. As you can see, this was a fair value gap in the 1 hour. I think that was a fair value gap. And that was where I was looking for price to come in. Price came in, and then in the lower time frame, it changed character here to, and you can see this bullish engulfing candle here also. And that was my entry right there. And I was looking for price to get here. Now, it took me out. So 40 pips stop and 3 RR. I won't close the position till TP since I entered only one position. And also the stop loss is huge. 40 pips, it is huge for me. This trade came in, gave me, this trade can give me 1:4. But let's stick to 1:3. Right. Like I said. And let's see the outcome. So this is how the trade play. So in the 1 hour, you can see that price rejected from here the first time, and when it came, it tapped in the second time. I was looking for a rejection, and it tapped in, rejected it. It gave me almost 40 pips, almost 40 pips, and then it stopped and started to retrace on me, and it took me out. And why did it take me out? Now let's see why it took me out. So in as much as I wanted price to see price took off at my entry, I think I fought this trade for anything at all. The pink zone had more touches that I could have considered my entry from. So that was my analysis right after I took the L. The mistake that I realized. So I was saying that with the 4 hours, I can see price tap in a fair value gap before taking off. So you can see, okay, just a minute. Here the reason why I said I this trade was false was because I was trying to take the trade from here, which was a valid point. In the 1 hour, you can see the fair value gap there. There's other block here. But it wasn't something that I was supposed to consider because there is a liquidity here. And I've been saying that always have to consider liquidity before taking the trade, which I didn't factor in much. So as you can see from here, there was another fair value gap here, and this pink line has had a multiple touch. So if anything at all, I was supposed to consider my liquidity here and take the trade from here. And it tapped in this 4 hours fair value gap. This is 4 hours fair value gap. It tapped in, gave me morning star, and then started shooting up. So as soon as I realized this, as soon as I realized this, I saw this here in the 4 hours. Then I decided to take the second trade. And this is the second trade for that. The second trade. So it's the same thing. Price tap in the fair value gap and gave an engulfing in the 15. This was done in the Asian session. So I'm thinking since the 15 minutes has given a bullish engulfing, it's likely price will speed up to the TP. And this was it. So this was the initial position which was lost. So on the 4 hours, price came into the fair value gap here. Let me just show you in the real one here. So you can see 4 hours there was a fair value gap here. The 4 hours there was a fair value gap here. And that was where I was looking for price to tap in. And as soon as price tapped in and rejected it, after I lost this trade, and then I went to the lower time frame and I said this one that I want to see price break it and then retest it, this area. So indeed, price broke it, retested it here. Here was it. My entry was here. I set this one, and when price broke this one, I was looking for retest at least 50% of it. So price traced 50% of this bullish candle here, and that was my entry. Now let's go to the trade and see how it plays out. So look at the outcome. Indeed, as soon as I got the retest, as soon as it broke, it came for the retest, and then it pushed all the way up and took me from my TP. This was my TP. Actually, I could have taken my TP at 156, but I was just trying to minimize, or shall I say, I don't want to target a huge TP and always price will come back and take me out. So I'm just trying to stick to 1:3, and it was only one position for this trade. So I didn't leave any runner. So price broke it, retested it, and pushed up. And lesson was learned in this trade. And what was learned here? Let me check. Let's see. Let me show you what I learned from here. So lesson learned. I didn't consider the higher time frame when I was taking that position. That was my first mistake. I wanted the market to respect my forecast instead of taking the position based on what has been printed. The original entry was forecasted since Sunday. If reference was made, I might have seen that. The original entry was forecasted since Sunday. I will go and check that. Impatience, because I was impatient. Since I was in hurry to get the setup, I didn't see or didn't factor in the main support on the chart. How to prevent? Even after getting my confirmation from the lower time frame, I guess I need to cross check it with a higher time frame as well as checking liquidity where price get to might want to go get to before heading to the original direction. So that was it. And as I said here, price was predicted since Sunday. Now let's go and see Sunday. Where's my forecast? Let's see the forecast. Now here's my forecast. And since Sunday, this is the weekly and this is Sunday. So Sunday, looking for price to drop 50% of the bullish candle, then I will look for a confirmation to buy from 157. Now let's see 157. From 157. So Sunday, we're looking for price here. Is 157. I buy it to 157. Let me see. I think that is this 50% that I was talking about. That price didn't get to here. All right. So that was it. Anyway, so that was the first position that I won with that. And then I traded GBPJPY. GBPJPY was a win. And let's see the forecast first. The forecast is here. So with the GBPJPY, which is almost, it moved the same as the USDJPY. They move almost the same. In future, I might choose one of them and leave the other one. So weekly, I was indecisive, and then the daily, the 4 hours were bullish. Hence, since they are in sync, I decided to also buy this trade. So this was on Sunday. Sunday, I was looking for break and retest, change of break of structure because there was a change of character here. I was looking for break of structure to get in on the retest to buy this trade up. And did we get it? Now let's see. So this trade too, I got it on, this is Monday. So I got it on Tuesday. And lo and behold, I got the change of break of structure here. You can see from here, there was a break of structure. Price closed above it. Now let's go to the 4 hours and you can see it much better. So on the 4 hours, this was what I was looking for. There's a break of structure. Because of this fair value gap here, I said price will definitely get there. Price was going to definitely get there. So there was a break of structure here and I was looking for a retest. Did I get a retest? Now let's see. I got a retest right from here. So the retest, the price came back here, as you can see. Now, price rejecting the fair value gap. This fair value gap, price got there and it rejected it. Now you can see that 4 hours candle, one, two, three, three candles, all bullish, couldn't break or couldn't close inside the fair value gap. And that was a lesson that I learned from here. And I used a lesson to test on the, how do you call it, on, was it on, yeah, on Bitcoin, and it worked. I don't know if in future this is going to work or not. I'll let you know when I get there. So this was it, and price came, tap in the fair value gap as a my for my retest, and it started pushing up. Now I will let you know why I took this trade actually. So I was in this trade for a long time. I was in this trade for almost 2 days before it ran to my stop loss. Now, let's go to the trade. Let me show you. This was the trade, GBPJPY. So it was a buy, it was a break and retest from the fair value gap, and now it's a continuation. And it was a lending section. This trade, I rated it 5 because it met all my criteria. Now, overall price is bullish, and there is a new break of structure which left a valid imbalance. I was waiting for price to tag in there to buy. I didn't get much confirmation for this trade as I entered when price tapped in the fair value gap. Yes, that was what I was waiting for. Price to tap in the fair value gap, and it did tap in, and I just entered the trade. There is a liquidity up there. Price will likely tap in there. Hence, I'll be looking for price to get there whichever way. And that was the fair value gap that was up there that I was looking for. So as you can see, this was my entry in the lower time frame. So you can see there was a fair value gap here. And from this breaker block, price came and tapped in, even though it wasn't an idea. You can see this is the same setup from, how do you call it? From the USDJPY, the same setup. And in the 1 hour, this was what I was looking for in the forecast. Let me show you in the 1 hour. In the forecast, 1 hour, this was it. I was looking for it to do something like that, and it did exactly that. It went up, tap in here, the fair value gap, came down small, tap in again, and then dropped to the fair value gap. And that was what gave me here. So it tapped in the fair value gap, and that was my entry. And then let's see what happened next. So at the end, you can see price actually dropped, came back, and took me out. And that was the mistake that I was talking about. You can see when I drew this trend line, right? I was looking for price to break it. Okay, let's go here. Let me show you from the forecast. And the forecast, this is it. So I drew this one, and as soon as price broke above it, The channel has been broken, and I'll be looking for a retest of the trend line for the up move continuation. So I was looking for price to come in, test this trend line, and then push up. And then what happened? The same mistake again. I didn't consider liquidity. And the liquidity, even though this is what pushed the break of structure, the break of structure started from here. And if it started from here, what is the OB here? I don't have any imbalance here, so I could have targeted this area, okay? Or if anything, this would have been my target where I would have taken the entry from. Take the entry from here, put my stop loss here because the moment price break and close below this one, the bullish move will be what? Invalid. And then even though I saw this, I didn't do it that way. My stop loss was rather here. And then what happened? Let's see. So price came in, took me out right from there, took me out from here where the change of break of structure started from. It took me out, and then so I lost these two positions. It was one position here, one position there. I lost it. As soon as I realized this mistake, let me show you from the trade that I took. So I took three different trades from this setup. The first one is this one, the second one, and the third one. The third one, I didn't record it because it was just from the same setup. So the first one is the original setup, price tap in a fair value gap and rejected it, putting me in instant profit, which I didn't close any of the positions and put my stop loss in break even. I didn't do that. The second one is trend line breakout. As soon as the trend was broken, I was looking for a retest of that and I got it. I got in with that small retracement. The moment it came in with a small retracement here, I got in and price also pushed up a little bit into profit. So at the point I was in profit in all those positions. And then you can see the third one, that was the liquidity. After price came to tap in or close up below all these wicks here and tap in this area that was serving as a support. I realized that liquidity has been taken and then I just jump on in. So this is the profitable trade. Looking at it from the 4 hours, I saw that price came down to tap in the breaker block and left a wick. It came in again to test it and I capitalized on that for the third time. Third trade. First position close as usual and the next one also at TP. So with this one, as you can see, I went in with two different positions. The moment I realized there is rejection of wick here, as you can see from here, it rejected the EMA, the 4 hours, this one. The moment this one rejected the EMA and I realized it tapped into this bearish other block here, this bearish move. The moment I realized it tapped in and rejected it together with the rejection of the EMA. And that was where I became interested in this trade. And the second one came. Then when the second one also tapped it and started rejecting it, and I realized this is it. So I just went in with two positions. And two positions, I closed one somewhere here, one here, and the other one up here. And price went all the way up there, as you can see. So huge bullish movement here. And you can see that was the second trade, that the second position that gave me a huge pips to capitalize on this particular outcome. So that was it for GBPJPY. And there was it a lesson learned? Yes, I did. So this is it. I lost it. I could have broken even from the first trade that I took after price was refusing to break past that fair value gap. Overconfidence. I knew price would go up, so I didn't pay much attention to what can happen next. I could have managed this trade well than what I did, but overall, I think I was following the plan. So I'm so grateful. Now, let me show you what I was talking about. So in the 4 hours, here, this particular area, as you can see from here, when I got these three candles refusing to close inside the fair value gap, that gave me an idea that why not also try it on Bitcoin? So Bitcoin also was doing the same thing here. Bitcoin, you can see I got the same idea here on Bitcoin. It was around the same time. And I said, okay, why not also sell from here? I didn't factor in anything. I just decided to put in this position and I placed the sell here, my stop loss on a swing high. And then what happened? It indeed came all the way down to my TP. And I'm like, oh, really? 4 hours. Was this area an interesting area? No, it wasn't. But the moment price gave me four candles stuck at one area, then it should be what? A reversal in sight. And I took this trade and I actually got it. So it broke here, and I was also looking for retest, which happened the same way in GBP USD. It also gave me the same thing. You can see from here, it broke this level retest. I was looking for retest. I didn't take this trade actually. So the weekly was bearish and the 4 hours was also bearish, right? The daily only the daily was bullish right from this angle from here, and I was looking for a break and retest. It broke it, came for the retest, nice entry, and it shoot down. And now it retested area, this area. It retested this area again, and now it's heading down as well. So basically, that is it. Break and retest work. It works very well. Now let me show you the last trade that I took, and that was also a loss for me. The last trade. So that is it. And I was looking for a retest, break and retest here. I didn't get it. Price is heading down. So at the moment, I'll be looking for price in this fair value gap again, because you can see there is multiple touch in this resistance here, and now it's going to serve as a support. I want to see price tap in here. Let's see what price is doing now. So now this is it in the 1 hour. Oh, price actually tapped in a fair value gap and now it's pushing up. There is this bullish engulfing candle. Yes, I remember. I still have. You can see my limit order is set. I'm looking for price to. I was looking for price to actually tap in the neck here, right from here, this side, but I didn't get it tap in. It came very close to my entry, and then it pushed up. You can see from my limit order, it didn't tap in, and now it's pushing up. Maybe since price normally gives us second chance or second entry opportunity, I'm looking for price to come back again, tap in and push up very hard because of this bullish engulfing candle or bullish momentum. And price came for the correction. After the correction is done, it's going to head up and push more. Now let's look at the last trade that I took. That was also a loss. This trade, as I was predicting, let me show you in my forecast. So the forecast, I was looking for this trade to behave exactly the way it did from here. Here, I was looking for break and retest, go up there, come back to the green line and push up. And it happened like that. Went there, came down and pushed up. So at the end, I wanted to take the trade from here. It came, tap in and pushed up, create a break of structure here. So I was looking for price to come back again and go up. So I realized there was a fair value gap here in the 1 hour. There was a fair value gap there in the 1 hour here. So I wanted price to come and tap in. I set my alarm. As soon as price came in, tap in, and that was when I was supposed to take the trade. But I took the trade a little bit earlier because I took the trade from here. I was looking for here. I took the trade from here. This one, this breaker block. I took the trade from there, and price never went into profit. It just dropped down into what? Loss. It just dropped me into L. I was just in it until L, and that was where I could have taken this trade from. I could have taken it from here. That was a major level where price has a lot of touches here. So as you can see, as soon as price took me out, it went up and gave me a huge pips. It gave me almost 80 pips. Let me just check it properly. Only this candle gave us 80 pips, and the whole move gave us 100 pips. the whole move gave us 100 pips. So if I took the trade there, I would have gotten 100 pips, and my stop loss would have been here 30. I would have gotten 1 is to 3. So because one is normally I go in for 1 is to 3. So this, if this is 30 pips, 30 pips stop, and my entry is here, I will look for 90 pips, and 90 pips will be here, and 90 pips will be here, and that would have been a win trade for this also. But then I couldn't win this trade as well. So after all, the lesson learned. You can see price came back again, gave a bullish engulfing in the 1 hour. So if price breaks past this level, I'd like to see price break past this level, right? Something like this. I'd like to see price break past this level, come for a retest, and then push up. And that is what I'll be looking out for. So hopefully, let's see how this week, or what this week have for us going forward. Gradually, we are learning something, and we are what, happy for what we are learning so far. So this week we got 4 trades. 2 of them was lost. Even though I lost this trade, I lost 2 positions here, but and I opened 2 more positions. Those 2 more positions, one of them took care of the 2 losses, and the other one gave me a huge profit, like you can see from here. And then this was a loss, this was a loss, but I recovered this one also. It's rather unfortunate. This was 2 positions, but this one was only 1 position, which I closed it. But overall, I made a profit for this week. So we are grateful for that. Let's see what is our percentage for this one. We have 62.5% win rate for December, for the month of December. 62.5 win rate for the month of December. And currently we are almost 7% up on our fund. 7% up, which is a good number. So let's see what the last week have for us for December. Hopefully it's going to be good one. And guys, see you. I also took this trade on gold. I took this trade on gold here. I took it right from here. It was actually 2 trades. I took this one. Let me show you on this lower time frame. I took the first one, the first trade here. The first trade, I was looking for price. I was saying that if price breaks above this level, now price will be more, no more bearish, but then it will be bullish. So I guess as soon as price came back here, drop, as soon as it got here, I was looking for a retrace. It came back, and I went in for a trade. I didn't take this trade. I just put in the position, and lo and behold, it came and it gave me 100 pips. For gold, I'm always looking for 100 pips. It can give me, you see, this one is giving me 4.3 RR, but I was looking for 100 pips, and it gave me exactly that. I didn't take this trade. So I was much interested in the second trade, and I was waiting for price to get here. It didn't tap on this trend line, so I wasn't much interested. And then it broke the main structure here. As you can see, the main structure was breaking, and I got another one. So I was looking for a tap in from this angle, and it tapped me in. I went straight to draw down, and then later I was able to come through, and this one gave me almost 300 pips, and that is also what I only entered with a small lot, as you can see from here, 0.04, and that one also gave me a huge benefit from there. And the last one, I entered this one. I didn't take this position also. I just mark it up that price is coming to tap in. I wanted to take it from here. As you can see, my alarm is still there. I was waiting for price to tap in this alarm, and then it will give me a sell, but price never got there, and price is still hasn't got there yet. But now there is internal break of structure. Okay, so basically that is it, and hopefully next week will be a good week for us, and you're going to win more trades to end December. And if you want my Notion template as well, feel free to request for it. I'll just send it to you. And let's go to next week, which will be the last week for December, and see what will happen in this fourth week. Thank you for your time.